friend, welcome back to my channel. I have some news. I quit my corporate job and I'm not getting another one, and we're gonna talk about it. The reason why I really wanna share this with you is because I practice what I preach, and I feel like this is a really good example of believing in yourself, aligning with the energy of your manifestation, and trusting in divine timing. Very heavy on the third one. So this video is gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be a little bit more personal. I'm gonna take you through the journey of quitting my job, where we're going from here, and how the law of attraction, the law of assumption, and all of the other things that I talk about on this channel have come into play in this journey. My hope is that if you've been wanting to make a big change, try something new, go after your manifestation in a really big way, that this speaks to you. I've been a corporate girly for like 8 years now, okay? This is the only work that I've ever known, so obviously I got a little bit of anxiety, I'm a little nervous, but mostly I'm honestly just super freaking excited. And I'm proud of myself for doing what I really wanna do with my life. Grabbing that bull by the horns, so to speak. Before we jump on into it, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you. I have a whole playlist on manifestation, the real tea. Might be a little different from what you've heard from others, but this is my perspective. So go check that out and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And also, of course, we have to set the vibe. This is Cameo, it's from Boy Smells. I just got it actually, and I've been burning it because it smells very floral, and I love that. Definitely did not trim the wick. Okay, that's fine. Manifesting is all about believing in yourself, believing in your abilities, believing that you deserve good outcomes, that you're worthy. And I have to say, one of my favorite things about myself is that I truly believe in myself so freaking hard, and that is the basis for manifestation, so I feel like I'm on the right track. Manifesting without a strong confidence in yourself and your abilities is not gonna get you anywhere, right? Manifesting, as I've said many times on this channel, is more than just writing in a journal or daydreaming a visualization and then just stopping at there with the ritual. And in my experience, this confidence doesn't come from the outside. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how others perceive you. It's about how you feel about yourself. You have to be able to believe in yourself even when no one else does. And for me, starting my entrepreneurial journey, leaving the corporate safety net, I'm really grateful because I have a lot of people in my life that support me, but I feel like societally, that is not necessarily what we are taught. And I think that society a lot of times in general just kind of tries to hold us back from pursuing our true passions and dreams because we as humans are risk averse. Back in the day, millions of years ago, avoiding risk is what literally kept us alive. So anytime that you're doing something out of the societal norm or that might require a little risk, people are gonna come for you. Like, I'm fully expecting for people to come for me in the comments of this video. Not that I'm manifesting it, it's just like, people don't like risk. People don't like stuff they're not used to. It's weird, I don't know. But this is classic projection of people's own fears when it comes to taking risks and trying something abnormal, and that's totally fine. I think the best way to get over people's lack of support or people projecting things onto you is just to move under the law of assumption. And the law of assumption is that theory that what we believe to be true will manifest. Moving under the law of assumption really creates this unwavering confidence and belief in yourself because you're operating under the assumption that you cannot lose. And thereafter, all of your movements are within that mentality. Nobody can tell you shit when you genuinely believe that the thing that you're going for is going to happen. Y'all, we gotta treat our manifestations as if they are as real as this lighter in my hand. That deeper knowledge, that intuitive belief that what you want is real is key. And speaking of intuition, I feel like a lot of us get stuck in this endless cycle of energy misalignment. And when we're stuck in that cycle, we can spend years of our lives doing things that make us unhappy. And I truly believe that we can intuitively sense when things are not aligned with our energy. It's like when you're in a relationship and deep down you just know that this shit is not going anywhere, but you just keep riding the wave because it's safe and you're afraid of change and whatever, I'm just going with it. That is an energy misalignment, and that is doing you no freaking favors. Even though I've only ever worked in corporate, I feel like I've had a lot of different job experiences because I've always had the mindset of, okay, you know what, I'm gonna try this out, and if my energy is misaligned and if it doesn't feel right, whatever, I'm just gonna try something else. So I've really done it all. I've worked on set in production, 12-hour days. I've worked the boring 8 to 5 fluorescent light cubicle office job. I've worked at an agency. I've managed social for a brand, and now I'm kind of rounding the block and helping brands manage their social content on a freelance basis. My point is that I feel like I've been around the block, because even before I got into manifesting in like 2019, I've just always been really deeply in touch with my intuition, and I've been listening to her. I follow what she says. And to a certain degree, I think that staying in touch with your intuition and knowing what is right for you is a skill that any of us can build. The best way that I can explain this requires a little bit of audience participation, okay? So pause this video, go grab a quarter, and then come back. Trust me, she's back with her quarter. So let's play a game of heads or tails. You might have one that you lean toward more often or whatever, like just make your choice. But sometimes when you throw the coin, you get a split-second glimmer of thought that just shouts heads or tails. And sometimes it matches what you already said and sometimes it doesn't. But regardless, for like the 2 seconds that the coin is in the air, you become certain of which side you wanted to pick. Throw that coin and see for yourself. That is the easiest way that I can conceptualize your intuition. It shows up right after you make a decision as that gut feeling like, something's not really right here. Or yes, that was a great pick. It's not so much an emotion as it is just a deep knowing. And if you don't pay attention to that one little voice, that one little thought bubble, you may spend a long time in frustrating cycles that you can't get out of. And I put that in quotes because you are never stuck and you can always get out of anything. But when you start to listen for that, you can start letting your intuition guide you. And what's more, the more you listen, the louder it gets. So for me, I really loved my corporate job for a very long time. I worked there for almost 4 years. But over these past few months, I just kept getting this intuitive pull to get the hell out of there. And the longer I stayed, the more intuitive and just straight up outward blatant confirmations I got that it was time for me to take a step back. Pay attention to your energy in certain situations. When you're at work, do you feel uncomfortable and stressed out? In your relationship, do you experience a lot of anxiety? Are you constantly questioning, like, is this right for me? I don't know if this is good. Girl, if you're asking the question, that's your intuition being like, are you sure about this? Are you sure? So quiet up and listen down. No, wait, scratch that, reverse it. That was stupid, like 2 people are gonna get that. No, but seriously, listen to your gut. Listen to your intuition. It is there, I promise. You just need to tap in. And the last thing that I wanna talk about in regards to quitting my job and just pursuing crazy new things that are out of the norm is divine timing. Everything happens when it's supposed to, and that is so freaking annoying. Our egos are constantly pushing us to get to the next era of our life faster, to reach our goals faster, to get to the end. But patience comes from a greater understanding of what the universe is up to, right? Like you might have been working on your side hustle or your craft for years and you're like, when the hell is this gonna pay off? But nothing you ever do in life is gonna be on your ego's timeline. And trying to force that timeline is just gonna make you more stressed and unhappy. Over these past few months, every time I started stressing out about not being ready to quit my job and not being in that place where I could just do it already, I brought myself back to the journey. And what I mean by that is that I visualized and I journaled about it. I literally wrote letters from the perspective of my future self. And I buckled down on the aligned actions that I needed to take to make this shit happen, because that is what manifesting requires. Manifesting requires complete immersion in your end. It requires you to take those steps to get where you want to be. Because if you're not taking action when you're manifesting, what do we call that? That's right, it's wishing. And wishing's cool, but we're trying to get going here. Sometimes we just gotta remind ourselves, I know what my intentions are. I know that my energy is aligned. I know that if I operate under the law of attraction and the law of assumption, then I'm gonna get what I need. What I assume to be true is gonna be true, and what I put out, I'm gonna get back. If it helps you to not even think about the end anymore and just focus on making moves and doing, then do that. If this whole concept of living in the end is causing you stress, don't think about it. At the end of the day, your current reality is irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. Timing is irrelevant. If I popped out of my little genie lamp and I told you, hey, your manifestation's gonna come true, and I just poofed and disappeared, what would you do? You would probably keep working on your manifestation because it's like, oh shit, okay, it's happening, yay. I didn't tell you when, I just told you it was gonna happen. And if you know that it's happening regardless of all the other noise, who cares when it's gonna happen? Step into the gratitude that comes with knowing that what is meant for you is already in the works, and align yourself with that. If you need to imagine me as your genie or be your own genie in the mirror or your journal, do what you gotta do. The point is that your joy, your manifestations, your end, it's all coming. It's all happening, and that is really fucking exciting. My whole point in making this video is to hopefully inspire you to take action, to get what you want out of this life and not get so caught up in that endless cycle of disappointment and unhappiness and just not being fulfilled. We are capable of crazy ass things, and I just want to see us all live our lives to the fullest, align with our highest selves, reach our full potential, because we all deserve that. You deserve to break that cycle of negativity and get closer to getting what you want, and if my video helps you out with that, even just a tiny bit, I'm cool. So thank you so much for watching. I would love to chat with you in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions or anything, and I'll see you in my video next weekend. Happy manifesting.